Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner gets you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't here in my city. Made it out of the trenches. Just salute when you see me. Yeah, salute when you see me. I'm getting greedy. I blow the whole budget on me. That's on me. I'm conceited. Treaty. Nah, that ain't how we treat it.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Bills Stadium, just south of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Carolina Panthers. And we are underway in Buffalo. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Now left side on the swing pass. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's McSorley to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
is incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here for the 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From the 50, it's Tannehill. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, Tannehill.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds.
And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Carr. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this one is incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover. One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
On second down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now Tannehill. Touchdown! Jonnu Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
From the 30 on 2nd down, McSorley. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The Panthers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And when we talk about yards after the catch, you think about speedy little receivers, but Travis Kelce was 3rd in the NFL in 2020 in that category. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chase Edmonds with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On the give, this is Eckler. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Tag. He's crossing. He's checking crap. Check, 55.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And this time he is in. Austin Eckler, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Carr going to throw. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Draw play, it's Eckler. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him early, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. So with that, we get you back up to Orchard Park and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. From his end zone, Wilson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From the 22, Tannehill. Over the middle to Smith. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
And talk about a quick answer. This looked like a missed assignment. You'd think someone would be able to rein him in after he makes this catch, but he's so slippery in the open field, he's able to take it all the way to the end zone.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here? And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20, 10, 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's his second touchdown run of this game, and this one, add a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go, but how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield, and he's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Tannehill. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
93.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Josh Jones in on the stop.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st down. Here we go on 4th, Tannehill. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Open man, that's Renfro. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a...
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Now it's 2nd and 9. Tannehill now to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
52 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Austin Eckler, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to St. Brown.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Again, it's Carr. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Man open is Robinson. Touchdown, Panthers. Allen Robinson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
124 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah,
and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Austin Eckler, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr will get this to his running back, Edmonds. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Carr's throw here complete to Kelsey. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
A good gain on 1st has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bills, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story as they move to 9-5 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.